Well, providing houses and improving lives. That's what the mission for the Spokane Housing Authority is. But its executive director says a shortage in federal funding is making it impossible to meet that goal. Right now, there are 2,000 people on a waiting list for the Housing Authority's rental assistance program. Some have been waiting for 3 years, and it may be 2 more before they get the help they need.
If we open the waiting list tomorrow, we get another 5,000 applications, which is really the size of our existing program.
SHA's executive director says that lack in federal funding has created a perfect storm of problems for the Housing Authority. She spoke with KXLY4's Taylor Graham today, who brings us this in-depth report on how we got to this point in Spokane.
The Spokane Housing Authority last opened up its wait list 3 years ago, and 4,600 people applied. Today, it's still working through that wait list, hoping to break a seemingly endless cycle, keeping it from giving people the help they need.
It's just not funded at an adequate level to be able to help everybody that needs help.
For Spokane Housing Authority Executive Director Pam Teets, the cycle starts there.
Federal funding for housing and discretionary programs is being cut every year.
Bad news for the Housing Authority, which relies on federal funding for its rental assistance program. Cuts to funding have been compounded by a low vacancy rate in Spokane.
Available apartment goes or home goes on the market, and literally within hours it can be rented.
It drives up rents, which makes the need for rental assistance significantly more because people can't afford to pay it.
Those that rely on rental assistance aren't getting off the program as quickly as they used to. A few years ago, the Housing Authority would get 80 vouchers back a month. Those could be turned over and given to another family in need. Now, they're down to 35 vouchers a month.
People are living paycheck to paycheck, and they're afraid to give up that voucher for fear that something could happen and then they would have no safety net.
And those sitting on that wait list have been forced to get creative, with possibly a 2-year wait ahead of them.
Sometimes they get an extra job, sometimes they'll rent out a room.
Teets is encouraged this cycle could break soon, as this is the most attention this issue has gotten in her 30 years in the field. She says it all hinges on who's calling the White House home next year.
We'll wait and see until November of 2020 who wins the presidential race and what their priorities are to see what happens next.
In Spokane, Taylor Graham, KXLY4 News.